Yeah, I did the gentlemanly thing to do.
Yes, except I was sick last week.
My dad and I went.
I just.
Camping today. Back about 11, I said, you know what, Dad?
I got Brian and I both
I
got
believe this will
colds
be a nice
after
afternoon just to watch a couple of
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
So I think it will be too. He says the problem is I've had a few of those days I needed to warm up so I can go golfing for fish or something.
And short further stuff, Z passed.
Yeah.
Knocked out
Oh,
18 and infections. Can't get it cleared out. So,
If I hunted turkeys, I'd try for the
My
trifecta.
daughter.
Oh.
You know, turkey, mushrooms and crawfish. Yeah.
yeah, they told me to take weeks. So.
Yeah.
My own mushroom and spot, the guy took a, every time I have to find.
Every time you find one that actually has something.
Yeah. They take a bulldozer in there and clean it out.
West side, it's getting.
Are they finding those yet, or is it just
I don't think so.
a little? I had that warm smell.
Yeah.
No.
The ground is too cold yet, I think.
I'm not sure I could find them if they were growing right here. in front of me. I have one a time or two when I did, when my eyes finally see one, then I can kind of.
Finding that
You
person.
know, when finding that person, I've always kind of wondered if there's a way they could make a tracker of how many you've walked by.
You know, I was saw a thing on a guy was using a drone and the heat sensor thing on it.
You're kind of much, you're all right.
I'm surprised they haven't.
We'll slide this
Today I'm
way.
tanning as well, and Kyle and Tom and Joe.
I could bring you one of my wax.
What is it called?
You have
And then
what it looks like.
I just felt like.
Oh, we got.
All righty, let's call this meeting to order. Welcome all of you this evening. First thing tonight, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approve agenda.
Move to approve. Second.
Don,
Yes.
Earl,
Yes.
Jennifer. Yes.
Zach?
Nothing new this week.
And Jeff? No Jeff, okay. You're not Mutual Center. Mutual Center?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Main Street.
Main Street.
That's, we don't really have anything new to update. I'm sure Jennifer has kept you in the loop, but gearing up for spring into summer events and projects. We'll be doing a downtown Cleveland Bay at the end of May. And then my committee, I chair the design committee. We're working on cooperating with a couple of our other committees to bring the June 1st downtown tour day and having displays and talking about buildings. We're gonna have the courthouse open on Harry Nation Days for tours of that, and just starting with the project for wayfinding, which is exploring the options for raising money and building a sign program throughout the community. I'm sure you'll hear more about it as we come up with a plan and that to share. So we absolutely want the city's input, but we just want to find out the bolts and pieces of it. We'll explore more options. So
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for your update. Don't say John. Consent agenda.
I've got a question on the bills. The dump truck, the bill was $3,000 and some dollars. What do we have done to the 05 dump truck?
They had to put a clutch in it.
The clutch in? Okay. I'm just curious as to what it was. That is,
Yep.
you know, that much
We
money.
knew going into snow season, it was getting weak and they managed to make it through the snow plow and we knew it was time to put money.
Okay. Move to approve consent agenda.
second.
Jen,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Approve invoice 30317 to IAMU in the amount of $11,857 for ELGFWA membership dues.
Do those go up just every year? It just,
What is that? What is that?
Electric gas,
Iowa.
electric gas and water, IMU.
What are they
Iowa
doing?
Municipal
Iowa.
Utility.
but we get free things
We
for
get
that,
services.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second,
All right, Earl,
yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Approve resolution authorizing city administrator to complete remaining fiscal year 24 interfund transfers.
Move to approve the resolution authorizing an administrator to complete remaining 4-year 24 interfund transfers.
I'll second.
Jen,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
North/west sidewalk improvements, consider bids and take action thereon.
Okay, so this item, we had originally accepted bids on the north and the west side sidewalks. With us, doing a WQI grant and the SR funds to help reimburse us for those, we are looking for the council to reject all previous bids and then order construction on the updated plans and specs, the cost estimate in the form of contract. Because, we do have 2 sets of plans that we have to get through instead of one, since there's more than one entity helping us pay us back.
You have a motion.
So, I would request that the council make a motion to reject all previous bids and then order construction on the updated plan specs, cost estimate and contract that we're gonna have to do.
Can I just say so moved?
You sure can.
I'll second it.
Okay, Jen,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Approve Q1 2024 public safety payment to the DC auditor in the amount of $51,232.50.
I'll move to approve that item.
Second,
Jen,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
yes.
Approve Q2 2024 public safety payment to the DC auditor in the amount of $51,232.50.
So we're just paying that one early or?
Yeah, so I would like to go ahead and pay and get the year done so that I know if I have to do anything extra for my amendment in May. Instead of waiting to pay. We owe it either way for the dispatcher, so whether we pay April, May or June. Yeah.
To approve.
Second,
All right, Earl,
yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Approve amendment number 1 to engineering services agreement in connection with the outer sidewalks on the north and west side of the square.
So in the amendment in your packet, it should show that we've requested that an engineer be on site the majority of the time, if not the whole time, depending on what our needs are for the project. So French Reniker is willing to be on site and make sure that everything goes as planned according to the drawings and the bids and specs.
Move to approve.
Second?
Jennifer,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Approve pay estimate number 5 for West Walnut and Howard Street storm sewer improvements in the amount of $11,371.12. This is just finishing.
Yeah,
right?
so this, we got a letter saying everything is done, everything is complete, so it's okay to pay retainage so that we can close out that project.
I make a motion to approve that item.
Second.
Earl,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Approve resolution approving the plans, specs, cost estimate and bid packet for the IOOF Cemetery Road.
So that road is actually one of the existing ones that's already out there that's gravel. It's the farthest north. We are going to, with your approval, go out for bid to pave the first half to help with some water and some drainage problems, and then next built into the budget to pay the, finish the remainder in concrete.
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
How's that getting paid?
Where's that money coming from?
It's out of the IOOF budget for this year, and I also have it in there as capital improvement next year. Earl and Don second?
Yeah.
Okay, Earl,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Approved to have legal counsel complete contract for Lake Fisher Wildflower Project.
Dave and Adam are not here tonight, but they came and asked that this be put on the, agenda for their project that they're wanting to do out at Lake Fisher. And I personally don't know anything about a contract.
So what they talked with conservation on this last summer. I believe Don met with us as well out there. And so they trying to put it into a long-term plan of, I think it's 150, is that correct, Don? 150 different types of flowers and weeds that would go into this. So
So
they're
many
gonna,
of them are already there. It's native
Yes,
prairie that we're
yes.
trying to preserve.
so for 2 years, we'll go to bid and we'll actually take bids for farmers to drill beans into that land for 2 years. And that's the best way to get rid of the noxious weeds that are there. And then we'll come in, we'll burn it off every year. And then after 2 years of that, we'll hopefully make enough money to pay our share of the seed cost. And we'll plant the flowers and grasses out there, and that'll be, I think it's is that a 10-year project, Don? Is that correct?
I don't remember
But
specifically.
anyway, it's a long-term deal.
Move to approve.
I was just gonna say, so I think they're looking for us to go to legal to ask what we need to do, which I'm assuming that maybe we need to ask the other party what they're looking for. is my-
I have no idea, but I can come up with an idea. So,
Sorry, who made the motion?
I made a motion. I'll second it.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
I would comment. All right, moving on, probably Joe.
The only thing I have tonight, two things. In your packet is a copy of the budget for next year. If you can, study that over the next 2 weeks, we are going to adopt the budget at the 18th of April meeting. And so if you have any questions after you look at it, if you need explanation, if you would like to go in detail, you're more than welcome to come in. And we can go through the numbers or the categories or anything that you have questions on, but I wanted to put it in front of you so that you had it a couple weeks before we approve it. Everything that we discussed at prior meetings as far as how much money to put in each category is in there just as you directed. And then these are obviously the total of each department and expenses and revenue. And then the second thing is we will need to do a budget amendment this year. I have it completed and in the computer system. So as long as nothing real crazy happens between now and the middle of May, I'll bring that back to you guys to do. The main things that we had to do the budget amendment is the facade grant, the playground grant, and the HVAC grant all carried over a fiscal year. And then we had a pool leak. And then we did asphalt overlay on Rebecca Neville. So those are the categories that went over that we'll have to do a budget amendment for unless for some reason we don't spend all the money that was originally in the budget. But it is penciled in. I have it in the state website, and unless something real crazy happens in the next couple weeks, that'll be in front of you guys to approve as well.
Thank you. Rusty.
Getting ready for mowing season. I think everybody's got their mowers out, getting ready for that. Getting close to pool season. And then the one item here, so we had a company just north and east of town come in and put a cover on one of the bases there in front of Main Street. If you got a chance to take a look at that, looks really good. Just came back quite a bit more expensive than I thought. I said, we'll do one, see how it goes, and we'll tell you if we want to do the other three. So if you got a chance to take a look at it, see what you're thinking, but they come in at $550 a piece, and we got 3 to do on the east side if we like, if we want to do that. And there's the possibility of the other one at Vogel Realty that also has the base above ground. Or with the other sides of, they'll be in the contract to be level. They'll be basically put under the under the stone. So it's up to you guys if you want to spend that kind of money on.
Rusty, just to know, it won't quite be level just because the sidewalks
Because
are,
it's- yes,
but we'll have it recessed so you won't see any of this concrete.
Yeah, the south side, the rest of them came in.
Right.
Came in that way.
Yep.
So there was none of that ground concrete base showing. But, yeah, so I thought they did a really good job. They just came in quite a bit.
Does that have to
higher
be in just
Yeah.
line item?
For just a piece of
Or
steel.
could one of these guys make this motion right now?
No, we have discussed and decide any issue above each one of ours.
So you guys could make a motion to approve these if you've been buying looks, if you need more
I haven't
time.
looked.
But if you need more time, you do it.
Have you looked?
Yeah, I went by and looked at it. It looks really nice,
Okay.
really nice.
You want to make a motion to take care of this item?
What do you think, Jennifer?
It looked nice.
Okay.
I mean,
It sure looks better
yeah,
than,
seeing the concrete.
The concrete.
and so I guess I'd make a motion to approve, paying for that one and then having the, what is it, 3 and then the Bogle one? So the other 4
We have this,
done. That's my motion.
Tommy Joe.
Yeah.
Is that money, like, where would you pull it from?
Streets department probably, or electric, one or the other.
So we're talking
One.
about four.
Either or. Honestly, I'll probably pull it from electric since, it's their pole. I mean, essentially, you know,
22.
or, yeah. Josh must be on the
Earl made
phone.
a motion.
I'll second it.
Dawn second. Jennifer,
Yes.
Dawn,
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Selects, congratulations for helping improve this building.
You're
It'll
welcome.
be a lot more beautiful in front of Slick's done.
I've had 2 or 3 people tell me they want to see that looking better in that part of town.
Yeah, okay.
Not see anything.
That was-
You don't have to spend any money.
That's it. We're done now.
Yeah, right.
Does anybody have anything for Tammy?
No,
Okay.
we do not.
Do you have any council updates?
No.
I actually have a mayor comment.
I have
Oh,
I have
go
a
ahead.
council comment. They are actually making improvements to the North Trailer Park. If you haven't been through there lately, we
Oh,
got,
really?
and Rusty's aware of that.
It
And
is-
some others,
it is.
they're,
More
Well, we
cleaned
put
up than
new
it's been in a
electricity.
long time. At least cleaned up.
yeah, and we got some new, utility poles there, little short ones.
Yep.
And maybe they're gonna do what they said they were gonna do. That, yeah,
They have
That's
cleaned it up. I
surprising.
will give them that.
yeah.
Okay. So I have a comment that Rusty's gonna know what I'm talking about because Jen was asking about it, but she mentions Earl and maybe somebody else here. As you are aware, I think Milo now owns the lot there where Ken had. And I think there was questions whether or not that he's gonna turn that into a green space, I hear, but they were wanting to bring that parking in more to allow more parking or something. And the question is whether or not they can remove the dirt there because they think there's an underground bioretention cell that was put in between the sidewalk and the street there with the Franklin Street. So Earl, Earl and Chris were council and mayor then, they might know if it's allowed. I don't know. I mean, how far deep would a bioretention?
I'd have to go back and look.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad
know.
you're here, so.
I know, I believe, that was a Kent Rice project. I think it's 36 inches deep.
And they just,
So
they're not sure who to ask if they can take out the dirt area.
so
So
the,
I think that part, I call it a parking.
Sure.
the Sidewalk to the road.
right,
I
right.
suppose they want to take
Take the
that out.
curb, put the curb clear at the sidewalk.
Yeah, but you really have to dig. I mean, I don't know if you really have to,
Well, you'd have to take out, if you're putting a curb, you're 6 inches for the curb, 6 inches for your concrete, and then the rock below. I think the reason they put that in there is it was extremely flat. So they used that as the means to dry up that area. I can pull up the plan
so you could
tomorrow.
look and at least tell us how deep that
Right,
is.
right.
By the plan, and then they could decide whether or not if it's deep enough, then maybe they can shave off.
Well, if you're gonna put concrete on top of it,
Oh, yeah.
it
you're not
defeats
gonna-
the whole
okay.
purpose of it.
Yeah.
So,
now I see.
but if I recall correctly, I believe that was all local money that paid for that street. So it's not like you had a grant
That forced you to do it.
or helped reimburse you where you would have a requirement that needs to stay there for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was all local money, so really,
But if you concrete, am I thinking of this wrong, but if you concreted it and there was in the past issues with rains and stuff, if it's concrete, doesn't the water just run off of the concrete somewhere else? I mean,
well, it depends. I think the problem is I think the existing curb and the existing sidewalk in the whole area, and then maybe even past the sidewalk was all flat in both directions.
okay.
So
Yeah.
by paving it,
Yeah.
you're
Water
theoretically
line just
stay.
stay there
Yeah, yes,
or-
yes.
But it is.
Or run into the buildings that are right.
Right,
by building.
But past the alley where you, I think, believe you have a building there, it is concreted from the sidewalk to
Yeah.
the curb. It was,
Yeah.
grass was taken out and concreted. So that runs the whole block and like.
Right,
You did half of it already.
you'd really
You're
kind of come,
eliminating the
Some- and it's
sidewalk?
Still working, I guess, my point
The
is.
sidewalk to the road, is what they're
The
called.
grass area.
So probably a
But-
5 foot, or they want to move that.
So the
curb into
parking
where the
along,
sidewalk is.
so the parking along the road would be scooted
That's
over.
as well like
And
this now.
They say it allow more parking. I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know.
Angle parking.
I think
Probably.
it's wanting to angle in there.
Angle parking. Yeah, we tried.
I don't think now we end by the highway.
Now we're gonna have to change the
ADA.
ordinance.
Don't get me on that angle parking. I like
We're
the
gonna have
job
to
so
change
far.
it.
Well, we'd have to for sure go back at least, I think, 50 foot down the street before you get.
With
close to
ADA.
The street, I think it's
Yeah.
50 foot off the highway, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't get quite as many as you want.
So
but
maybe the
still-
short answer, is you can just look to see how
Yep.
deep that is, but
Yep.
probably Joe or Rusty know and
Really?
say, it's only 24 inches deep, you know, or whatever, but.
And if he
But
has,
I know what you're saying, if you're gonna dig there anyway.
Well, yeah, if
do
you're gonna
asphalt,
pave it-
You're covering up what's underneath
yeah,
it anyway.
so
It's, water won't ever get
yes,
down into it.
so regardless of what you're shaving off, either you
100%.
concrete or asphalt it, you eliminated the purpose of what it was there for. So then the next question becomes is, can you get it to drain east or west so you don't have a standing puddle?
Then I guess the other question would be, if you're wanting to make a green space and you're removing some of the green, space, I mean, I don't know, I mean,
But you're,
concrete isn't green.
but you're just talking about between the sidewalk
Yeah.
and the.
Yeah.
In the curve, yes, yeah.
No, okay.
and that was created when we did Franklin Street, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That Franklin Street project was done all the way, all the way to the country club. We tore that all up and it was all new guttering, all new water, sewer, electric, gas. all
I believe there's a 6 or 8 inch tile, like that biocell's acting like a French drain.
Oh, that was my only comment.
Could there be a drain put in there, hook into that tile?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a possibility.
Drain that water away.
Absolutely, yep.
More to come.
Anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
One of the shortest, Mayor.
Thank you.
But I'm just having.
So let me know if you need more packets. I can get
Is
them.
that Saturday? She plays Saturday?
Friday.
On.
8:30.